of you guys? This is Rob from Guy Plays, and today on another installment of Rob Reads You Shit you probably aren't gonna read yourself, we've got a hot topic going on. Now, as many of you guys know, I really haven't been a fan of some of the things that D's been up to lately as a veteran. However, this is really lighting my fire. I'll tell you that right now. I got a sneak preview of this the other day via email, and I was like, this looks freaking good. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear about these as well, because I know that there's a lot of people who love to play Nezh for fun, but Nezh's still gonna keep the fun. But boy, he is stepping his game up. Oh, all these puns. All right, so let's go ahead and just jump on in. As you can see, the post is by D.E. Connor. Apparently, the office's #1 Nezh enthusiast. Ooh, he's coming for you, Megan. But this was actually worked on by D.E. Pablo. So, as you can see, D.E. Pablo has been working hard on tweaks with two primary goals in mind. Making Nezh feel smoother and more fluid in gameplay, and increasing Nezh's power overall by giving him added team support value and internal synergies. With that said, let's break down the changes in order. Now, as you guys know, this is most likely going to be coming out within the few weeks with the Nezh Deluxe skin. I do believe later in the article they mentioned that it is going to be, they're gonna attempt to release it next week. At least that's what I believe they said at the bottom of this specific article. So, stats: increased max rank health from 225 to 375, and they decreased the max rank shields from 225 to 150. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, I actually run Nezh with health and armor, not health and shields, so this is actually great because it's less shields to work through, and it makes you a little bit more of a fleshy target for things like Hunter's Adrenaline and Rage, so you can get some energy back that way. Definitely a fan of that, and you'll see how this kind of jives with everything else he's got going on. Now, first and foremost, we're going to start things with Firewalker. Changed from a channeling ability to duration based, which is fantastic. Why? As a channeled ability, keeping Firewalker active would block all energy regeneration. Making the ability a single cast with a long moddable duration solves that problem, encouraging more frequent use. Now, the greatest thing about this is kind of like what I did with my old Loki's, what is it? An indefinite invisibility build, which basically means you can stay invisible indefinitely, and it's because you lower the efficiency, or you increase the efficiency of the ability to the point where it costs less than the energy regeneration you get from energy siphon over time. So basically what we're saying is, because of the fact that you can mod this for a higher duration, low efficiency, it's actually going to be, and it's going to end up being cheaper for you because of the energy that you can regenerate from it. But we're not going to worry about energy siphon on Nezh. You'll see why. He's got some gloriousness coming to it. They also changed the cast animation to a small hop that doesn't restrict movement. If you look at the GIF that's on stream right now, it's like a little bunny hop. I'm so into it. They've really embraced the whole bunniness of Nezh in this one, and I kind of love it. My only question about this is, I'm a big fan of Pyroclastic Flow, so I want to see if they keep the same thing or how that's going to end up working. Moving along to Blazing Chakram, this one, ain't nobody used Blazing Chakram before. Everybody's going to be using Blazing Chakram now. This is too good. Cast animation has been sped up and no longer restricts movements. Enemies hit by the disc are marked for a moddable duration, greatly increasing the damage they take from all sources. Marked enemies have a chance to drop energy orbs. Why? Adds a great team value to Nezh's kit. Increasing damage taken helps all allies, and energy orb drops enable frequent recasting. Okay, so we got energy orbs and we got damage increase taken. Well, I guess you would say debuffs. They take more damage. Moving along, before we address that situation, killing enemies while they are marked will now produce healing orbs instead of the current healing pulse. Why? The current radial heal is invisible and very small, usually only benefiting players in melee range. Most players don't even know it's there. Health orbs make the result more visible while introducing other mod synergies. Let's pause. So, Blazing Chakram now debuffs enemies so they take more damage, has a greater chance to drop energy orbs, right? Wait, increasing damage taken and energy orbs enable frequent recasting. Let's just making sure. A chance to drop energy orbs. So you've got a chance to drop energy orbs. You've got a guaranteed health orb that comes out too. So health and energy orbs. I'm thinking a little energy conversion. I'm thinking a little bit of health conversion. It's sounding like a good day. And if you want to play around with equilibrium, it's there for you too. And because of the fact that he has lower shields, now he has more access to his health and he can pick things up. One of the things that I want to point out here too is it has a really interesting synergy with Arcane Energize. So if you think about how Trinity is kind of like running around EVing things, right? Well, think about Nezha as now a mobile EV if you're using Arcane Energize, because that pulse, that pulse heals, will also, restore the energy of surrounding allies. You could also do the same with Arcane Pulse. So there's a lot of cool synergies that you could pull off with our Arcanes here too. So I'm just like, okay, exciting. They also increased the number of targets the disc will try to hit before recalling and improved some cases of faulty lock-on targeting. Nice. Added a charge throw, causing the Chakram to fly straight forwards and backwards, dealing extra damage to enemies in its path. Why? For a consistent flight path unaffected by lock-on targeting, use the new charge throw. Great for hallways. Now the thing is, he currently has an augment that already does this, so I'm assuming that we're going to see some sort of tweak to that augment, or, something that will maybe even change up the way that augment plays, and I've got a suggestion. I'm excited for it. Teleporting will no longer cancel Firewalker. Now my question is, do you still get the explosion? Because it'd be nice to have, you can't have everything, but I would like a little explosion. So moving along, we've got Warding Halo, and this is going to be the most, how do I put this, sensitive topic out of all of this. Because there are going to be some changes, and there are some good changes, and I think that people might have some bad gut reactions to it, but let's chat. Alright. The HUD now shows a custom counter, indicating how much damage absorption is left instead of a simple numeric percentage. This I think is fabulous, and this is a very Pablo-esque thing. He loves putting little signals on your screen so you know what the fuck is going on, right? Warding Halo now only blocks 90% of damage taken, will still block status effects and other procs. So you're not going to get full-on invincibility with Warding Halo anymore. However, let's see their reasoning. Why? When considering Nezh's revamp kit, he is excellent at mitigating enemy damage. Firewalker and Divine Spears offer great area crowd control. Blazing Chakram offers healing and self-sustain, and his outstanding movement can make the player a hard target to hit. In this context, Warding Halo's 100% damage resistance was completely overshadowing his other options. Why a heal or CC when I never take any damage? With 90% damage resistance, Nezh is still very capable of tanking, but encouraged to rely on his other tools to avoid getting overwhelmed. Taking minimal health damage allows for synergy with Blazing Chakram's health orbs, not to mention new modding avenues like Equilibrium, health conversion, and various arcanes, like I said. The change also allows us to improve survivability in other ways, such as the increased health pool and major Warding Halo quality of life buffs listed below. And there are some good ones. There are some good ones that I almost think that, they might want to give to poor old Rhino. And when I say poor old Rhino, I mean poor old Rhino. Because this is getting a major revamp. Damage absorption invulnerability phase now begins as soon as you cast the ability. The cast animation has been sped up. Keep in mind, cast animation has been sped up. Keep that in your brain. They increased incoming damage multiplier during invulnerability. Damage absorption multiplier also now scales with power strength. So you know that time where you're invulnerable and you're taking damage from enemies, right? And it's what do you call this? It's adding more to your base shields. Well, now the multiplier for that is larger and it's affected by power strength. I think that's pretty juicy. When the health of Warding Halo runs out, it will do an AoE heat status effect and give you a short period of invulnerability. So a little bit of invulnerability before, a little bit of invulnerability afterwards, and then to top that off, you have the AoE fire proc that keeps things controlled and the shorter cast animation. They're like jumping through hoops for Nezh. right? This is good. I'm like, wow, Rhino, you feeling kind of old these days. I'm just saying. Why? This gives a player precious time to react, helping survivability while controlling enemies immediately around you. Your next warding halo can be recast during this window to ensure you're always protected. So I think this is a very, very interesting change. And I'm almost curious to see exactly. I'm like, all right, 90% damage reduction. How is this gonna, how is this gonna work? But with these kind of changes, I might almost be okay with it. Now, this is DE Connor chiming in. Brief aside, as a Nezh main, I was originally skeptical of the 90% damage resistance change, and I expect many readers will be skeptical too. However, playing the rework myself quickly changed my mind. The various buffs really outweigh the negatives, making Nezh much more capable in a supporting crowd controller role. If you doubt just how potent 90% damage resistance can be, try out Gara's Splinter Storm at 130% or more power strength. And I have to say, it's good with the rest. It's good with the rest of his kit. I am still skeptical. Like, you have to understand, like, we play at a certain level where there is a certain difficulty of enemy that 90% damage reduction, I mean, you still get hurt. But there is the invulnerability phase, there's the CC from the fire, so I'm willing to play around with it. This sounds interesting. This sounds very, very interesting, and hopefully, if it's good, we'll see some of these changes come to some other frames. Moving along, we've got Divine Spears in this one. This one has my heart. Sped up the casting slamming animations while removing the mandatory slam at the end of the spear's duration. Slam can be triggered manually. This one. This line of text here, I'm very curious about it. Hitting a speared enemy with blazing chakram produces a second chakram which fires at a nearby enemy. Please tell me, DE. Please tell me. Please tell me. Please tell me that if your second chakram hits another speared enemy, that chakram will produce another chakram. I just want the chakrams to multiply off of each other. That's really where I'm at right now. It's just chakram, split. Hit another spear, split. Hit another spear, split. Split. Just chakrams all over the place. That's what I would like. I mean, I know that maybe that's a little over the top. It's asking a little bit much. It is. But, feeling a little, I'm feeling a little down these days, and I could use a little something to light up my life, right? Let me tell you, seeing all those chakrams everywhere is lit AF. Let's make it happen. I'm really excited. But, maybe they can make that into an augment for Nezh, because their other chakram augment is going to be kind of outdated. So, on top of all of that, Nezh sounds have been remastered, adding new auditory cues for important moments like blazing chakrams returning to the player or warding halos running out of health. Keep in mind that everything listed above is subject to change prior to release. With that said, we are interested in hearing your thoughts on what we have said so far. We are aiming to have this rework released next week along with the deluxe skin bundle. Thanks for reading, and we hope you look forward to Nezh Deluxe. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm quite excited. I want to see how he plays, because the thing is, I've played Nezh a lot for fun. Now this feels like you can play Nezh in a lot of, well, I won't say a lot of different ways, but it seems like what he can do is just going to be amplified. And using certain mod setups and using really creative ways of your arcanes, that's what I'm saying, your arcanes, mixing those together could potentially make very interesting and powerful builds for Nezh as support, maybe even as offense as well. So really excited to see how this all plays out. So let me know how you feel about my Million Chakram ability. I'm just putting that out there. Maybe get some support on that. Also at the same time, maybe make Chakram. Maybe Chakram's already doing too much. Maybe I'm asking too much, but I'm thinking maybe a little power strength modifier on how much damage the enemies can take. That out there, we're going all in on this. I'm just saying. And maybe make range, I'm just putting this out, maybe make range, make a little bit of a girthier Firewalker. That as well. Just a little bit, I'd appreciate it. Regardless, I want to know, are you guys as excited about this rework as I am? Are you guys maybe not Nezh mains or not really interested in Nezh, and then all of a sudden now you're like, well, maybe Nezh. Maybe. Let me know if you're excited for this rework or any of the things that you're curious to see what they changed. Like, is there something that you would like to see tweaked? Toss that all in the comments below. And that about does it for me for now. So as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch your body. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.